welcome to the Fort Dorchester Football Show. We're back at Bojangles here on Ashley Phosphate. And they've been a real good sponsor for us throughout the years, and we're back here for the second time.
They have. Bojangles has been really, really nice. And I say this every week. Businesses don't understand how important they are to our athletic program, and we couldn't do it, without them. And it's good having you here. Another Mike, but I don't want people to think that Mike Colucci lost all of his hair over last night's game, but got a new mic, and I'm glad to have you here today.
I appreciate you having me.
Deal.
All right, so last night we played Somerville. I want to talk a little bit how we ended up playing them. I mean, it's the second time this year, and big rivalry for us, but a rivalry for going on, I think, 13, 14 years now.
Yeah, well, we ended up, at the end of the season, you get, obviously there's seeds, and the region champs get the first seeds, and the second place get the next seeds, and then the third and at-large people get the rest of the seeds. And Somerville ended up, by being second in the region, ended up 7th seed. And with our points, we had a lot of points being third place, and we ended up getting 10th seed. So obviously 7 and 10 play the first round. So, I was really happy when we got Somerville. It's a good thing for our kids. You don't have to travel so far. It's great for our school district. All that money obviously goes back to our school district, and we keep it in-house versus having to split it with someone from the upper state or wherever. So it was a good thing, and I think our kids, we were happy to be playing Somerville. I'm sure Somerville was happy to be playing us, and we enjoy playing over there. I do. I don't think it intimidates our kids playing in that stadium. They enjoy playing over there. So really, if I'd have had my choice out of this other 15 teams that we could have chosen to play, last night, Somerville would have probably been one of my top 3 teams to have played. So we kind of got a good draw. We're in a good bracket. Everybody's pretty good now. There's not any bad teams.
Right.
So
a lot of parity out there.
Yeah. So I was kind of happy with the draw.
Coach, obviously Region 7A are real competitive, and we obviously went up to play Somerville, and a lot of other teams got in the playoffs. You want to speak to how the other teams did, or how competitive it's been?
It was good. I mean, our 2 regions, we got good football down here, and a lot of times, everybody talks about the upper state, and I think you see a lot of programs are really coming on. Wando won last night. I don't think Wando's won a playoff game in probably last 7, 8 years.
Right.
So that shows their programs on the going the right direction. Obviously, Goose Creek's done very well the last 2 years, and they won last night. Assey Ridge, up and coming program. They won last night and keep things. Stratford, was down there for about 4 or 5 years. When Cane Bay opened, and they're fighting back, and they won last night. So. I think you see, and then with the Somerville win, you see there's 5 teams down here in the area, and we've got 10 teams in the 2 regions. So 50% of our 2 regions are still in the playoffs after the first round. So I think that speaks for itself. There's a lot of good football down here, and good competitive football.
Very competitive. I mean, compared to the other parts of the state, probably as competitive anywhere, right?
Yeah, I know Gaffney's real strong, and obviously Spartanburg's supposed to be real strong, and Wando went up there and beat them. So, I mean, that's, I think it shows, our guys down here, we got good football, and they can play with them.
Coach, obviously, when you found out you're playing Somerville, the kids were real excited to get another shot at them this year. And talk about what you guys went through this week to get ready.
Well, it's the same as, we really didn't change. We didn't really change anything. We just obviously we hadn't been real successful against Somerville in the past, and the first time we played them, I didn't even mention playing Somerville because I thought sometimes our kids get too amped up and lose focus, and so I've tried over the years to different things, and obviously I hadn't done a real good job because I hadn't got them ready to win yet, and that's 100% my fault. But I know our kids, they want to win. It's not the kids' fault. They want to win, and it's a rivalry like Somerville, and it just that game for us, I don't know. It just seems like something always goes wrong, and it's things that are unpredictable. And I went back and I thought the The last 2 times we played them, this year, the 2 times we played them, they've scored 7 times, and 5 of them been off of turnovers.
Right.
And they've turned the ball over 4 times to us in the last two games, and we haven't scored any points off of turnovers. So I think that's the difference in the 2 games. And I hate it for our seniors. I hate it for all of our kids. I hate it for our coaches. I hate it for our fans. We got the greatest fans in the world. I take my hat off to them. They've been great. I've said all year that it's the best group of guys I've had in a long time. I still say that. I love these kids. They come to work every day and do what they're supposed to do. I just really hate it for them that we weren't successful. I really do. I want them to be successful. Sometimes in life things don't work out easy, and some things just aren't meant to be. And the things that occur when we play Somerville, I know a lot of people from the outside think our kids are nervous and probably think I do a horrible job and don't prepare them and they don't know what to do, but it's just not that. It's things that can't be controlled. The kickoff, if you do that 10 more times, we catch the ball 10 times.
Exactly.
The fumble, the snap for the extra point.
Right.
That kid's got the best hands on our team.
Absolutely.
He's got the best hands, the best kid in the world. Works. I don't think anybody on our team outworks him, and I know it is just absolutely killing him.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of things that you just can't. You just can't
prepare for.
You just don't know what to do.
Right.
And I feel so bad for our team and our fans. And once again, that's my fault. We gotta do those things right. That comes on that's on my deal. And you just got to do them enough to where that doesn't happen. It doesn't seem to happen to other teams, and it does happen to us. And that it bothers me. It bothers me because I just really want our kids to be successful and our program to be the best program. So, we got to get it straight.
All right, we're going to take a break right now. We'll come back, talk about the game a little bit.
Okay.
Coach, let's talk about the game a little bit. We obviously took the ball down the field first possession and got the game started.
Yeah, well, we won the toss and we deferred. We kind of want to put them out there. The last probably 4 games, Somerville's put the ball on the ground about 6-7 times. So I felt like defer and hopefully, they'd fumble. Well, that didn't happen, but they drove. They drove and scored on us, which wasn't a good thing.
Pretty good running game, right?
They did. They ran the ball a lot better, and we've been having some trouble the last few weeks stopping the run, and we did that first possession. They went down there and scored, but our kids, credit. We come back. It's a big ball game. You stand there and you watch the defense, and they run right down their throat. Our offense didn't panic. They came right out there, did a great job, came back, scored, and tied it up 7-7. And I was pretty happy with that, and of course, after that we kind of had the awful things happen. They scored. They got a on the kickoff. We fumbled the kickoff, and they took that in for a touchdown, and then. We had another fumble and off a running play, took that in for a touchdown, and that's, kind of another thing I talked about the uncontrollable things, that's probably, I was thinking back last night, I think that was like 7 or 8 touchdowns that we've given up off turnovers. You're going to have turnovers.
Right.
But unbelievable.
The luck every time.
The amount of touchdowns that people score off our turnovers. From fumbles, I'm not positive, but I think that's the 5th time this year that people have picked fumbles up and ran them in for touchdowns. You just don't. You don't see that in a lifetime.
Right.
You really don't. You don't see that. It's just very unusual in football.
Right.
And it's just been a weird year, you know. But you know, we got down, you know, 28-7, and we had about 3 minutes left on the clock. And our offense met down our sideline. I told them, I said, we have got to score. We got to cut this thing to 14, and we'll be okay. Once again, offense came out there. They did a great job, put a great drive together, and you know, cut the thing to 14. Yeah. And you know, I mean, I felt, you know, I'd rather been up by 14, but I didn't feel like we were done by any means.
Still in the game,
and our kids still thought they could win. And that was a huge thing, you know.
Plus, you're getting the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, we felt good, you know, getting the ball back. You know, and you know, I wish we could have went down there and scored that first time. We didn't, right. But you know, really, the first half they only stopped our offense one time, one time the whole first half. You know, and we just had some, you know, those fumbles and that they took it in for a touchdown. It just really killed us. It crippled us.
But back to that touchdown that they had just before halftime. Throughout the season, their offense has come back a lot. I mean,
it has.
Pretty resilient.
It has. You know, we've got the capabilities. You know, with the receivers and Ethan throwing the ball, we have the capabilities to score at any second. I mean, we can score in 10 seconds on anybody.
Exactly.
And you know, it's nice to have those things because we know we can score a bunch of points, and we have, like you said, Mike. A lot of times this year, you know, we've come back, scored, you know, anywhere from 1 to 3 touchdowns in a small amount of time. Right. And, you know, once again, that's, you know, you got to praise our offensive line, you know, our quarterback, our wide receivers for being able, you know, in high school, we got some kids, I'm really on the high school level, we got some special kids that do some special things. So, you know, it was good. Like I said, we came back. They're right for half and scored and cut that thing to 14.
All right, Coach, so obviously it's 28-14 at halftime. What did you speak about at halftime with the kids?
Well, you know, I praise our kids and I praise our assistant coaches all the time. And you know, a big part of coaching is being able to make adjustments on the run and adjustments at halftime. And you know, our defensive staff, they obviously were not happy the first half, the way the first half went. You know, they went in, made some adjustments, and I heard them tell our defense, you know, we've got to hold them to 0 the second half. If we hold them to 0, our offense will put the points on the board. They did what they set out to do. They did not score the second half. We kept it at 28. You know, so you know, I was happy with that. I heard Coach Rafferty say at halftime, "Hey, they stopped us one time the first half." Right. You know, so you know, we just you know, and I felt we did a better job. Like I said, you know, last couple of weeks we've gotten some huge penalties, and we've had these large. You know, I know a couple times we did last night. You know, these large second and third, 18, 20, 25 yards to go, and you know, and we make a lot of those. Right. You know, we did a few things different. You know, I got in there Sunday and we talked about, and I guess the first year I was here, we had a team that was somewhat comparable to what I had this year. And yeah, we had a kid that could really throw the football, and we had a couple receivers. We were more talented this year than we were that year, but that could catch the football. And I went and I told him, I said, we give him time to throw, we got a chance. So we put in a whole new blocking scheme this week to maximum protect Ethan and give him a chance to throw the ball, which really helped us on a couple occasions.
You pulled the backs up, right?
Pulled the backs up, and we had 7 guys blocking, and you know, it helped us. Yeah. It helped us a little bit. Obviously, I guess not enough, but like I said, you know, we really, going back and looking at the game, it was just the uncontrollable things. I hate to call them uncontrollable, freakish, or whatever you want to call them, that just killed us, you know, and
let's speak to their defense a little bit, because they came out and shut them down completely.
They did.
The run was basically, I mean, obviously their back got injured, I think, about beginning of fourth quarter, end of the third. Right. But I mean, they shut the run down really well.
They did. They did a better job. You know, we just had some trouble tackling the last few weeks, and did a little bit better second half. You know, tackling and
gives your offense a chance.
Gave us a chance. Gave us a chance. You know, we never had really good field position. I think if I go back and I look, the fumble we recovered, and and we got a penalty on it, or that was an interception. I'm sorry, and we got a penalty on. I mean, we would have had the ball on about 35-yard line. I think ended up having it on our own 45. So that's a huge penalty. But that was the one I wish we could have converted on.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a turning point of the game. We really had them on their heels right there, and it just didn't work out.
Right. So, Coach, obviously, it's 28-27. Somerville has the ball. You're using your timeouts to try and get the ball back. Somerville fumbles the ball. We get it back.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they fumbled it. I think our kids just kind of took it. But that's one of the things we practice on all the time. At the end of the game, we got to have a strip, and one guy held them up, and the rest of them stripped the ball, which, it was I mean, that was like a gift from heaven. I felt like
Absolutely.
At that point, I thought, God dog, I can't believe it's happening again. And unbelievable. Gave us another shot, and we had a timeout left. And like we just talked about a minute ago, I mean, shoot, we can get the ball down the field pretty quick. And I felt like if we could get in field goal range, I'd rather score the touchdown, but I did feel like if we get in field goal range, we had a chance. And
what's the range of the kicker?
Really?
Were you in his range or close?
No, I mean that would have been about a 45-yard field goal.
Cold weather, that kind of stuff, right?
He couldn't have hit it. I mean, if he could, I would have definitely tried it.
Right.
And I thought about it, but I just felt like, we were probably about 10, 12 yards away from having rolling the dice and putting the advantage on our side.
Plus, it's 30-some degrees out there. The ball's not going to fly.
As a coach, you start thinking, God dog, we just missed the extra point, and I'm sure the kids are worried and all about that. But I was hoping we could have scored, obviously, but we were working to get in field goal range, and it ended up we got down there and it was 4th and 10, and we were outside of his range, so we had to go for it and try to get a first down. We just came up a little short. Just didn't work.
Yeah. Well, we went down trying at least. So.
We did. Our kids always try. I mean, we haven't given up. I got on them one time that I felt we kind of gave up a little bit, but really the rest of the time all year we never gave up.
Hard all year.
Yeah, we did.
All right, we're going to come back, take our last break, and when we come back, we're going to change hats. Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester Football Show. Coach, obviously the season ended last night for the football team, and now it's time for you to put your athletic director hat back on and speak about some of the other programs.
I've kind of had that hat on too all year, but yeah, you're right. Football season's over, but there's a lot of things still going on. Obviously we hope some of our football players get some chances to go on play in college. So, the recruiting process kind of starts right now for that. As far as the next sports go, basketball and wrestling, they've already begun practice. They've been going on about a week or so. And, our facility, I've talked about it in some of our other shows. The facilities at Fort Dorchester, we're really upgrading them. We made some huge steps over the last few years, and our basketball gym floor is another one of those things. We're so fortunate. The district, once again, got it for us. It's a grade 1A NBA floor. You don't ever see that on a high school level, at a high school site, and we feel very fortunate. It's absolutely gorgeous, and that's where we'll house our basketball games and our wrestling matches, and they'll start up here the last of this month, the 1st of December. We anticipate on having great programs. A lot of our football players, probably at least 75% of both of those programs are our football players. So, I know our guys, they're just changing over. I know some of them are sore and tired, and people don't understand sometimes. Those guys those athletes, speaking with the football players, those guys have been going since May.
All year.
I mean May, and they put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, and and now, football's over. I know they feel like I do. They're just bummed out big time about how it ended, but they gotta like we said, they got to change hats now and go on to other sports. Obviously, in the spring, You know, we have baseball and track, and a lot of our kids also do that. But, you know, and the ones that don't, our weight program starts up immediately. You never stop.
No.
You know, football never stops. You know, and we've had a fantastic year financially. I think this is by far the best year Fort Dorchester has ever had in my 9 years here. Financially, we made more money this year. You know, I heard the other day we've taken in more money than Summerville has this year in football. So, you know, that's a great success story for us, and I think it shows what direction, you know, our program's going in. And you know, you've heard me all year talk about how great these kids were, and how great the parents were, and how great our fans were. This has been, obviously it didn't end like I wanted it to. There were a few games I thought we should have won that we didn't. But I guess every coach can say that. You know, very few people have the perfect year. But gosh, these are just a great group of guys. I really enjoyed working with them. I hate to see some of our seniors go. It's a sad thing for me, but it also, hopefully they got a bunch out of our program, and they'll take that on. You know, looking in the future for Fort Dorchester football, we had a great year on B team. They were 9-1. We had some great kids on junior varsity. I think we ended about 500 on that group. We got a bunch of guys back. That's the least amount of seniors we've had on our team in quite a long time. So I think the future at Fort Dorchester football is good.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we can just, you know, we got to get a little bit better as far as championship mentality and start winning this thing a little bit better. But you know, I'm excited about our athletic program, and you know, I'm excited about the football program.
And of course, we're going to have the Jumbotron. Still moving forward with that, right?
We are. I think they start pouring the concrete. I think they start. Matter of fact, they start Monday or Tuesday pouring the concrete, the foundation for it, and they're gonna let it set up over Thanksgiving, and they'll start constructing it. It should be up probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Excellent. All right, Coach, that's a wrap. And once again, we want to thank Bojangles for hosting us here.
Big time. You know, they've done a lot of things this year. I mean, they fed our team breakfast one time. That's a bunch of Bojangle biscuits right there.
Bow time, right?
That's bow time. And I do want to thank them. They do a great job. They help our athletic program, and we really. I'm speaking for all our kids and our parents. We really appreciate what Bojangles has done.
Hello. we have ticket number 9027. If your name is Dorian, you are 13th